This podcast contains paid advertisements, but more on that later. Welcome to the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, where I discuss how you can grow your business by the bootstraps. This applies to all entrepreneurs, from the person just starting up to the one that is already well established. My goal is to help you grow. I am your host, Isaiah O'Connor. So today I'm going to start off with my sponsor, Audible. It's audible.com, link in the description below. What is Audible? Audible is audiobooks. People read books, you get to listen to them. It's great if you're really busy. I've got the podcast, attempting to try to keep up on the blog. I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old boy stuck home because of coronavirus, and trying to run a balloon business, and plan for my comeback here coming up soon. And I picked up another job planting trees in the meantime to make ends meet until I can reopen my business. I've got a lot on my hands. I don't have a lot of time to sit and read. But you know I do have a lot of? Time driving in my car and time walking around and planting trees. I can listen to things. So that means I can listen to my books. So if you're really busy, don't have time to read, but you want to read and consume books, multimillionaires, multiple businessmen read a lot of books. It's very important to read. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, read. It will help you succeed. So this is the easy way to go. Go check them out. 30-day free trial, $14.95 after a month afterwards. Quite honestly, if I had the choice between Audible and Netflix, I'd take Audible. Just me. And if you cancel the account, you keep your audiobooks, you get 30% off of all additional purchases. You can exchange your audiobooks if you don't like it. You can swap it for free. Great customer service. You can cancel it anytime. You're not locked in. They're really great. So go check them out. They're amazing. Audible.com. Just as a quick side note, I've had a friend of mine listen in. He goes, yeah, I can tell you need a better microphone. And I do agree. I do need a better microphone. But being a bootstrapper in the early stages of the business, and with COVID-19 coming in and wiping out my budget for anything outside of absolute necessities, it's put on hold. So as soon as I can, I'm going to get a really nice microphone so it will sound more professional. So do bear with this bootstrapper as I bootstrap my business from the ground up. Okay? So today, what's the main focus of today? Today I'm going to be talking about research. What is research? That should be fairly obvious, but I'll go a little bit into that. What you need to research and why you need to research. So research is pretty basic. Everyone should know research is when you start looking into and finding data and facts about something, anything. Now, I am a nerd, as I'm sure I've said before, and I like to do research just because I find it fun. Oftentimes I'll see something like, I wonder how they do that, and spend the next 3 or 4 hours learning everything about that I can. Why? Because I find it fun. So that's just research. Yeah, I can do research for fun. I do it all the time. One thing I do just for fun is I like seeing what tropes are in a movie and what these tropes mean. And if you go to tvtropes.org, I actually referred to them before in a previous podcast. Yeah, you might find yourself reading and researching a lot more than you might have expected because it's just really interesting and fun and funny. However, how does that apply to business? Well, there's multiple types of research, and yes, as a business person, you need to at least do some level of research in your business and or hire somebody to do it. Now, today I've actually taken off the normal intro I have for Audible right now because I'll get there in a moment, but I'm going to be providing some research for you, a research opportunity where you can order research from me and I'll do it for you. Now, I'll get back to that later. Anyway, when you're starting a business, when you're bootstrapping, a lot of times people don't really bother to do all that research into their great idea. I know because I didn't. And I've heard a lot of other people that do and see other people that do all the time. And a lot of people who start businesses just kind of fall into it. They don't really plan on doing it. In the balloon world, it's a lot of, well, my kid had a birthday party and I didn't know what to do with the balloons, so I went out and bought a bag of balloons and looked on YouTube, and now I own a business. They didn't really do a lot of planning or effort or struggle, and they just start doing it, and then people like it, and then someone else says, hey, that's great, you're good at that. Can you make me one? I'll pay you. Whatever. So there you go. A lot of small business owners just start doing something. People will say, hey, that's great. We can pay you for it. Then they do it more and it builds up from there. Or they get really excited. They get an idea. They see a TV show about some entrepreneur or they read a book like myself about being an entrepreneur and you decide, okay, I'm going to start a business. What business do I want to do? I like balloons. People say they like balloons. We'll do balloons. And you might do a slight little bit of research. You might go, okay, where can I get a website? It's kind of research. You might go, do I have to get a business license? The very basics of what you're doing just to know, how to do the business correct so you don't get in trouble. That's kind of a little bit of research, but that's not the research I'm talking about. That's just basic getting started stuff. Now, there's a couple different types of research. There's market research. There's opposition research. There's also research into your business and how to become better at your business, what resources are available, all this stuff. This is all different types of research. There's lots of different types of research. And then, of course, there's scientific research. There's development, product research, as in development, product research, researching how to improve your product. There's a lot of things that can be researched and should be researched. Now, in business, opposition research can be helpful, can get you a little too focused on opposition. It's often done with some bigger companies that are going after their competitors. You may want to engage in that. You may want to avoid that. I'm not completely sure where I stand on that. I'll have to do more research, funny enough, on that subject. I do a lot of research for these podcasts. Sometimes I research a lot. Sometimes if I don't have time, I don't do a lot of research. And yeah, it's my opinion. Today is one of those times where this is a lot on my opinion and just from my experience with researching different things and what I know, what information you can get from research. Now, of course, when you're starting up, we want to make sure that you understand what your business is like. You'll want to know different things about, if you remember, the 5 forces that I talked about. If you remember my podcast on the 5 forces, the 5 competitive forces of business. And you also want to know things about things such as, what are the barriers of entries? Are they strong? Are they low? Is it hard to make a living? All these different things. These are good things to research before you go. And you also need to know kind of what your market's like. You want to know what your neighborhood's like, what your city's like, what the demographics are. Demographic research, your best target market. Which, for example, balloons. Where's the neighborhoods with the wealthier people and with kids? That might be a good target market. You sell a lot of shoes. You sell shoes. Great. Where's the best place? Where do people buy shoes? Currently online mainly, but some people like stores. What type of stores? Where do people go to? Where are the people with the money to buy shoes? Do apologize for any sounds of banging. I live in the downstairs apartment and people run upstairs all the time. So no good mic yet. Anyway, you want to know about, what type of business you're selling. Razors and blades or blades and razors. That's another. another podcast soon to come. But all this you need to know. That's just for starting up. Then, of course, you'll need to research your product. You'll need to know how to research any claims against your product. Like, what got me most into business research is false claims made about my product, the balloon business. So, false claims about my industry, I had to start researching. I had to go look in. I had to go find things. Like, I now can't remember off the top of my head, but now I have compiled a list of the exact ingredients of your average balloon. I don't have the exact ingredients of every manufacturer because those are always closely guarded secrets, but now I understand what ingredients go in my balloons, what they do, where they come from, their biodegradability, their health hazards or not, all this stuff, which most balloon artists honestly have no clue about. But again, I'm a nerd, and when I was attacked for being a balloon artist because environmental reasons, I learned that I had to go in and research and defend my business. So thus I have. So these are all things you need to do. Now, in this podcast, I'm actually announcing today's sponsor, which is Atheoz.com, the host platform, our host website for the O'Connor Bootstrap podcast. It's where I offer our business consulting. And I'm launching a research program. I'm offering a research program. And in this research, I'm calling it my 5 Forces Plus research. It costs $1,000. And for that $1,000, what I will do is I research all the 5 competitive forces in your industry and for you. So I look at your operating location, where you're operating. Are you operating online? Are you operating internationally? I look at your target audience. I look at if you're opening a business in your small town. I look at the type of company it is, what are the barriers of entry, the average profit from the industry, the support and training opportunities in the industry, what the social media buzz is about your industry. If there's any social media groups or channels dedicated to your industry, are there YouTube channels dedicated to what you do? Are there Facebook groups dedicated to it? Are there Instagram pages dedicated to what you're doing, your industry? Supply chain, I will look into where your supply chain might be. I will try to find suppliers for your product in your area, or the closest ones, things that are better than just say Amazon or eBay. I actually know some people that their supply chain for their balloons and equipment is only on eBay. Quite honestly, it's cheaper sometimes, but you never know what you're going to get. So that's not a great place to have a supply chain as your main supply chain. That's kind of a crapshoot, which you never want with customers. That's another story later. But I will look, again, for your customer base, customer demographics for your region. I will dig down deep. I will pull up demographic charts, find where the likely target markets are. I'm going to find where the wealthy neighborhoods are. I'm going to find the neighborhoods with a lot of kids or a lot of artists or a lot of guitar players or whatever it is you do. I will research it. I will compile this data into a really comprehensive report, and I will deliver it to you in a PDF. This will cost you $1,000, and I will take whatever time it needs to get it done. So it will be very, very thorough, very, very detailed, and hopefully it will help you make decisions on your business and industry and if it's worth it. So that's our sponsor today. It's us. We're doing it. And that's the research I know how to do and comfortable with. If you need product development research or opposition research, I'm not your guy. Now, again, of course, you don't have to pay somebody to do separate research. The resources are online. You can find this stuff. You go to your local library. That one I can't do for you because odds are I won't be where you are. But I will get as detailed of a report as possible. I know where to go. government websites, city councils, all that good stuff, and dig for your area. Now, of course, you can do this, and I highly suggest you do this before you start up. Or if you've just started up and you're struggling to get going and you're struggling with your marketing, stop, step back, and do some research. Do some planning. Look around. Maybe you need to change your strategy. Maybe you need to do a rebrand, something. But just something you need to do. Research. Look into it. Find out how things are going and get things done. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, just as a reminder, we do offer a free 1/2 hour, no obligation consultation. All you need to do is go to our website and contact us through there, or you can contact me directly at my O'Connor Bootstrap podcast Facebook group or our Atheoz.com Facebook page as well. And if you would like to support this channel, the best thing you can do, of course, is to like and share and subscribe. That helps the most. Or you can check out one of our affiliate links. And of course, I do have a PayPal and a Patreon account, and the links will be in the description below. Thank you very much. You all have a good day. You have been listening to the O'Connor Bootstrap podcast and Atheoz Business Solutions podcast. For other podcasts, past episodes, and related blogs, please check out our website at www.atheoz.com. That is www.atheoz.com or theoz.com. Until next time, I've been your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor.